Hi everyone, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. And I am doing Tuesday, the 28th of April, 2020. Let's see what the collective message is for today. Let's see, Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Oops. Okay. All right, let's see what's happening for today. Tuesday the 28th. Tuesday the 28th. Five of Cups reversed. Very nice, right? Really nice. We are emotionally draining out the excess, as well as some things are now coming up to the surface that we probably are becoming more aware of. We're letting all of it go, right? We're emptying out the emotional overload that we can't handle, which is, well, it's going to be a lot, some of this will obviously be crying, triggering emotions of the past, but know that it's just something that needs to come out, that it's probably been lingering within, right? And it's not a bad thing. See? So whatever traumas, whatever instability, whatever triggered this tower moment in your life is now being cleansed out. You're trying to cleanse it now as we speak. So a lot of people are going to be overly emotional. If it's happening now, then your foundation is just, not stable yet. You're going to need to stabilize it. And by doing so, this is the process in which the stabilization will happen, right? Allowing the tower moment to happen. It has to happen. When the universe steps in and gives you a tower moment, it's for obviously a reason, a purpose. And some of it it's not necessarily about your literal foundation as it is the foundation of your mind, body, and soul. Getting all connected, yeah? Connecting. So that you can have peace of mind. So, right, after a shakeup, after whatever it is that you've gone through or whatever you are experiencing, the remnants of emotional sensitivities is the word, makes and brings us to a place of calm. Okay? So it has to happen so that we can calm our mind, our peace of mind. Like I said, this is a clearing of mind, body, and soul. Because the house is the body. The emotions are your feelings. So that's your feelings. And then you get what? Peace of mind when you can clear your emotions and your physical body of the connection between mind, body, and soul. I hope that makes sense. Okay? It's nice. Very good. All right. So that's what we're doing right now. See? We are going to be balanced, stabilized, masculine, feminine, then become balanced. A transformation takes place. We are now, our identity is not so much in question as it is we're ready to take a new approach, to take we're going to take on a new face, literally. And if you look at this moon, particularly in this deck, you can see it's the same moon that's happening right now. Interesting. It went from full to like crescent. Very nice. So that's what we're going through right now. It is highly emotional. It's just letting it all go right here. Letting all the emotions out. Letting that which didn't work out. Letting it all go so that you can be balanced with peace of mind, with a whole new identity, totally transformed. Yeah. And using and coming into a time where through this process of growth, all right, we are becoming a new identity. We're becoming we're different. We're not the same. You're not the same after a tower moment. You're just not. Why? Because you've learned, you've grown, you've released, you've got peace of mind, and now you're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the new, whatever it is. What is the new? Well, I'm ready to start believing in myself. That's what this is. I'm ready to believe in myself and not be a beggar of my own emotions. Begging and not believing. I'm not going to be the beggar. This is gone. That's probably feeling left out in the cold. This is probably what someone might be going through, right? Being left out, not being good enough. This is about valuing yourself. Right? Because within this building that this woman and child the goods are here. So, but you have to turn around and look, you have to realize that within you is the value. Okay? I'm being told to explain that. So they're outside in the cold, right? She's begging for money. But what she doesn't realize is if she goes inside this building, be it whatever you want to call it, this building is her inner self, knowing her worth from within. Got it? If she were just to realize that she doesn't need to beg for the money because all the money is inside of her. Money not being material money. Her value lies within, and she doesn't realize it. So she's out in the cold with a child, which could probably be issues of not valuing yourself from childhood as well. And this is what is being cleansed so that a whole new start can happen, right? Okay, these two came out. We'll take them. There you go. So now we have what? We have huge value. We see, look at this. Our foundation now, we went from this, because we had to release it all through the tower moment, right? We went from this to this. Peace of mind from within to without, right? Why? Because the transformation happened when one started believing in their value and not thinking as they did as a child. This came from childhood, not being good enough, being told you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough. All of that stems from childhood, right? Mother and daughter, mother and son, whatever. It happens. So we released it. We've gotten through this emotional, and I'm going to say trauma. I'm going to use the word trauma because it is. Why? Because this not being good enough, not feeling good enough, we take this with us. It just kind of like we take it with us. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is not the ones. But let's just see, because now I'm curious for sure. But let's just let's just put the cards. I'm going to put the cards in order, even though the storyline is very obvious that you are rebuilding from within because you're starting to believe in yourself. Okay, it's not the wands, but it is the sword. Why? Because you're cutting out that belief system. I thought the wands would come out in order to move us through the story, but what wanted to come out was this is the Queen of Swords who needed to cut out the ideology of growing up in a world that was masked. I want to say masked because here's the mask. The mask is the only thing that is here. Masks the identity of worth and value that this queen feels that this feminine energy always felt not good enough from childhood, obviously mother issues, as well as now understanding, identifying that indeed, after releasing all of that, coming to the understanding of this feminine's greatness. Do you see? This greatness now is the transformation that of a new identity, of a whole new world, of a whole new life. Because now this feminine energy understands, she sees that she's becoming what her true identity is, even though it was not identified to her. She had to go through this process in order to feel, right? As small and as little as these butterflies are, they pack a whole story, because that is the story. This new identity that the Queen of Swords is taking on is now one of, look at me, not egoic, not of ego at all. This is about knowing intuition. Her intuition is knowing her value. Because that is an intuitive hit. When you can feel in your gut that you have the power and you've always known that you're not less than. Because we come into this world not less than. But this storyline depicts many who feel like they have to release those old belief systems of how they grew up, how they were raised, and forgive that and move on. And now take on a whole new perspective of self. Right here. Queen of Pentacles depicts the Queen of Swords. Why? Because the Queen of Pentacles is all about what? Grounding, foundation, security. So this is now what the Queen of Swords looks like. The Queen of Pentacles is looking right at her, saying, holy shit, look at how far we've come. Together, we've done this. This is one feminine energy that now is understanding and valuing her own worth. There is no need to, let's just look at the bottom. I mean, I just did. Valuing your own worth by what? Raising the level, doing the work on self, raising your spiritual level of understanding of what you bring to the world at this time. As you can see, the green is for growth. This Queen of Swords has grown into her own. All right, let's get Ascended Master Archangel card for, this is a beautiful, beautiful reading. Many of you who are working on yourselves, are incorporating, who incorporate this message into your own life right now, is extremely humbling. It's a very humbling experience to go through. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace, humbling. The heart is open. The heart, the rose of the heart has opened, and gracing you with the understanding of who you identify with now, who you are now. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. You can see the depiction of the rose being pink and a little hints of red, etc. The red, of course, is the grounding, and the pink is obviously the love with the red incorporated together. And of course, Paul the Venetian is wearing a cloak that's green, which identifies with the grounding, the spirituality, the becoming self-valued, value of self. That's what today's reading is about. Finally valuing yourself and understanding where it comes from and how you have grown into your new identity. Have a great day.